dehydration, all these different problems that you're having is because you're not controlling the pain either. And I said, I can't. He won't let me take those drugs. I feel like I'm supposed to experience the pain. It's true. But only to find out, he says, well, try the cannabis. I said, no, I can't do that. I go to church. I'm a good Christian too. And I have kids. How can I do that? What if they smell it on me? My wife? Oh my goodness. Southern Baptist too. No way. And then what he says? But I created that and said it was good on the third day. And I created it to be my medicine, even for my priests too. Even for my temple service too. So this is true. And all that go against Yah's laws will be cursed too. Anyone that goes against the laws of Yah will be cursed too. HaMashiach Yochanim, for they go against creation, but yet want to patent their own so they can gain the power too. This is not right anymore. You can't patent his medicine or make it illegal too. This is my medicine. It was the only thing that saved me and gave me a life, made me a husband to my wife, made me a daddy to my kids too. I've never been closer to Yah as a prophet too. I've never been closer to him. So that's what has been kept from me. And now I'm angry because it was kept my whole life. When I could have had it for all those years, I could have had it where I didn't want to die most of my life. But it was all on purpose, you see. He wanted me to experience these things so that I would know hell on earth. Because who cares what you can do and what you can have if you have pain, you can't enjoy anything. And that's what I had. And on top of it, the emotional pain of people not even hearing or wanting to hear or believe you. Oh my gosh, it took me 30 years. My son got diagnosed before me. So now I get to bring spiritual judgments on people because they don't have eyes to see and they don't want to believe. So I have a right when somebody wants to judge me, I have a right to take them to judgments in the Father's courts, you see. When you do that, especially by name, you can be killed. You can be killed very easily. That's about Esther going to the king, uncalled for. But if he loves you and he extends the golden scepter, then you know that you're doing the right thing. And so the edict was already out to harm the Hebrew people because of their disobedience to honor the king. You see the story? Now, but he gave us the ability to fight. And I'm not even talking fighting with guns or anything, but I respect those that have them because I need them to. Because they're the ones gifted with it to protect what is holy and righteous too. Because they've been after all the unrighteousness wants to gather and have a new world too. So they can be something in their kingdom. One of their stones. But all it was to build one for him to put the icing on the top. That's what he even showed me. They built a pyramid for me on Mount of Olives so I could not make the offering of the lamb that was even wagging his tail going up on the altar to show the world he was happy to, because he loves us enough to shed his blood for us on the earth, to show what it is love. But what is love is not only to say I do, but actually follow through. He made up laws so that we can be married too. So I have to listen to him. I have to have water down there for fire code. So I don't know if there's going to be any judgments about whatever I do, but we need to learn. We're living off the land, and if somebody says they have a right to whatever, let the judgments come. This is the time what's happening right now. This is the time we're living in. My son even dreamed that those who get the virus were supposed to. It was God's will. It was all made by evil to do his will in the end. You see, everything in creation was a test to see if we love him and keep his laws too. So please tell me who we are, what we need, what kind of permits we need to do. And I will also let you know what we can do, or what we want to be as obedient to your laws as possible. But when it starts affecting the kingdom's laws, that might be issues. So because I need to then go to the judges and judge them too. So please, let's see and let's make this happen, because the Father's going to be bringing his children up here that can't be injured again by vaccinations, my dear. See, I was full-time. I had my own restaurants. I had, from a very young age, even though I had this disease, I was very active and as far as working. I felt like a loser if I wasn't. I was raised by workaholics too. And my wife was even scared of marrying me because I was such a workaholic. All I could do was rest, and one day off I had a week. Couldn't go out and have fun with her. I had no energy to. But then guess what happened? When the insurance company didn't dry my building, they didn't think the need to, of my restaurant, I got extremely ill and started going to the doctors because I was so ill. They created mold in the restaurant, you see, all throughout the walls. And, oh my goodness, oh, the judgments that came. Anyway, I started going to the doctors, and they found it wise to vaccinate me with everything. I said, do you think it's a wise thing to do right now when I'm as sick as a dog? I'm like, you think the vaccinations will help me? Because it seemed total opposite. You know what the doctor said to me? Yes, of course. Okay, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. I'm going to listen to the doctor too, because he knows what he's doing, right? 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 May a curse come upon him today. That doctor today at Kaiser Permanente. May a curse come upon him today. For he knew exactly what he was doing in San Diego. May judgments come upon him now for going against the Father's laws and what he did. He caused all these autoimmune diseases in me. And then I got diagnosed with everything. But not the mother diagnosis of it all. It was this connective tissue disease called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome that affects every cell in the body. It's like having bad mortar in the body, bad connective tissue. It's bad only because I have to feel what the body feels. His body feels on this earth. And we don't connect because we don't connect correctly with the Mashiach. See, the Mashiach, the head, which is Yehuda, is the laws, the kingdom, needs to be connected with the heart, which is Ephraim, which is his body too. The heart, the life is pumped by the blood. And this is what the marriage is about, the two becoming one, the two sticks becoming one. That's what he wants to marry us up here to do. We're going to do Pentecost, Shavuot, to marry the two sticks, to become one. If you have a problem with that, then may you be cursed too. Because we are coming out of Babylon and going into the wilderness. And this is how it works now. For there's a kingdom above too. And I'm a man of law. And the law for me is hear and do. He speaks to me. He speaks to me. And I must listen and do. And so in that, my sins become my pains as well, because I'm bringing judgment. 3 fingers are coming back at me. So he brings everything up in me, and I have to ask for forgiveness. But in that, I'm growing, you see, and we're becoming one in him. A young man, Abba brought me exactly who I needed. a disabled man too. For not disabled, he was born dead and survived too. He survived many things, only to make him special. Make us all special in him. We're the unhewn stones. We're the ones that they couldn't make us into bricks for their kingdom. I tried my whole life. I tried taking every medication to be normal. I tried. They gave me everything. I was on 21 meds a day until finally, when he spoke to me, I said, okay. And it still took me a year to begin to use it. I thought, better I feel the pain, just like he gave Eve pain. I have to feel the birthing pains here. But then I saw a program, and I tried it again and saw how beneficial it was. And I even got closer to Yah than ever before, because I was able to praise him and get out of my body. See, it gave me the ability. Getting high is high in the spirit too. And because I was living in darkness, getting high was just making me feel the darkness out there, because that's what I can relate to. Does that make sense? But since doing it from listening to him, I was hearing the Father. Oh, gosh. Now my joints hurt. I'm falling into the flesh. I don't know what to say. But anyway, I'm done. Everything hurts now. My back, everything. I probably should stop talking. Anyway, shalom, shalom. May peace be upon you. May his kingdom come the way it should come. And he's raising up the fools to do it. And he's going to be bringing many up this mountain to camp out for the feasts. And I need to know what kind of permits I need. Especially now, I need to find out about this family that is here already. What can be done for them? We will now start toting up the gray water too. But now I need to find out. They need to stay longer than 60 days, because I don't think they see this passing. And we're making him a home to stay. He actually told me that's Camp Joseph. He is a caretaker on the property now. So I don't know what to do. I'm disabled and I need a caretaker for the property. I don't know what to do, but I'm moving here too. And we're going to see what's happening. So let's see what you want to do. But it's his kingdom come. Just know everything I do is out of love, because it's love to correct unrighteousness in any way. It's love. So it's not right that I even have to be afraid in anything that is, any law that is unholiness. But I still am. And that's what he tells me, that I don't have to be, that I'm actually here to bring the laws. It's his laws coming down. The kingdom of heaven suffers violence. The violent take it by force. The force we take it by is by his law. I get to call it out like Eliyahu. It's the fire that comes out of the mouth. I have the ability to bring blessing or curse. That's what he tells me. I didn't know. I never learned this stuff. I just do what he tells me to. See, that's what light does. So, please tell me if we're going against the laws anywhere, what permits we need. I need to know that I'm okay. And I'm sorry, we're all disabled here. All we have is my wife, and she's trying to do everything she can to keep up with all of us and keep up with these things. And maybe Darlene can help us too, but please help us to get through these things, because we don't know how to. So I believe it's all your jobs to make sure that we feel safe and comfortable, so that God's Spirit, his Yah Spirit, can flow through us and become a body on this earth. That's what he's doing. He's raising up people all throughout the world. They're going to be called all kinds of names. But all it is people that love him so much that he guides them and literally talks to them, like he did me in church, and says, they want the tithing, but not keep the Sabbath too. They want Old Testament tithing, but nobody keeps the rest of my laws. And I'm like, huh, what? Anyway, so he got mad and told me to start keeping Shabbat. So first Shabbat, I made big bacon and egg breakfast. Anyway, it's here and do. I love you all. Just know that this is what I do. This is love. The Father had me buy this land years ago for protection of his family when it came time. I thought it was just me and my family at the time. Now I know my family members, many won't come. It's not about that. He's splitting 3 against 2 anyway. This is, if you're willing, if you have to live out of Babylon. We won't be able to eat or survive. And if you go against his children that way, I'm telling you, he's going to get very angry. I've already seen it. See, I see this whole virus and what it is. It put everybody to their room to think about what they've done. It brought families together, torn others apart. It brought correction. And it also made the wealthy, will make them wealthier because they will absorb all that is in the world. But when it comes down to it, there's an authority of all authorities. And those who don't bow down to his authority in the end, Yah's authority in the end, well, they're the ones that burn up in the fire too. Spiritual fire is what I talk about. Spiritual fire. And so I got to live through, with the cannabis, I got to experience higher bodies that I could work through. And that's what gets me to do all what I do. And it's in praising him. And then I don't feel in my body too. I'll never forget the first time I did that. The cannabis helped me do all these things. And I was going to the gym for years now, since I started that too. I had this gym right a mile from that I paid for because it was in my homeowner association. And I could never use it. First of all, the people made us feel uncomfortable. Because we're different. Whatever it is, we're different. And people don't like different. And I'm sorry. But that's who Yah now chooses, is the small bus. I saw him chasing after it with great sadness and gladness to see them, but sadness of how they've been treated in the world. So now what he's going to do is going to bring us together as a peculiar people and watch his judgments come down on the earth, spiritually speaking. Anyway, yeah, it could be crazy. It's up to you to judge. It's your duty, don't you see? But go ahead and judge, and when you judge me, I have a right to judge you back. Even by your own twisted laws. See, the man that wrote this stick did it in anger, didn't do it in love, and twisted the laws. Now he says, you go out and you judge by their own laws too. So this is how it comes. I can't feel uncomfortable in my own house anymore. As you make the Father feel uncomfortable on this earth. So I need to be protected by people that hate me because they think wrong things and don't understand. I love them too. I prayed for them last night, for the hardened hearts to become flesh too. He showed me many things through my neighbor. I had to see myself from his eyes too. And that's when I began to see that he comes through. Me and you. God bless you all. My gosh, it's been almost an hour. I never realized he wants to talk. It's my adrenaline starts going and judgment starts calling down to the earth. And I'm in his presence, and then I want to videotape because I don't want to forget what I'm getting. So that's what this is about, and I think I need to give this message to the officials of our county. Let them know what Abba wants to do and see where they can stop us or how we can get special permitting too. I don't know. All I know is we need to live in peace too. So if they want to go against Abba's land, which we've declared sovereign under the king, we'll see what happens. I don't know. I love him. But I've seen I see what happens to people. Sorry, like I told my wife last night, I go, honey, I'm a lot more important than you think. And we both started cracking up laughing. I know I'm like just a fool, but now I can't breathe. I need to lay down. But it's him in me. I let myself die so he can live in me. And he's angry, and I feel his pain. So I'm going to express his heart, however crazy it looks. It needs to be expressed. Shalom, I love you all.